back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast. My name is Amir. If you're listening to this on Spotify, thank you so much. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I'm on my path to 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys can like, share, comment, and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. So there's now multiple reports that have come out in the past 2 days saying that the Miami Heat could potentially trade Jimmy Butler. So the first one came from David Aldridge, who I don't think is as relevant as he was in the past compared to like a Shams or Woj. But he came out basically saying that the Jimmy Butler era in Miami could be nearing a tipping point. There have been murmurings this year that Butler and the Heat may no longer be singing from the same hymnal. Butler famously does things his way, and Miami's organization famously does not broke much individualism. I don't know if that's a typo there, but that was the first report that came out, and then there was another one that came out from John Hollinger, who basically today said there are increasingly loud whispers that Jimmy Butler's future might not be in Miami. Jimmy Butler is extension eligible, but between his declining play this season and the constant absences, there are increasingly loud whispers that his future might not be in Miami. The Heat openly talking about Bam Adebayo as the keeper of the Heat culture flame and not mentioning Butler as much is another notable point. So, not sure where they're getting this information from because the Miami Heat, they don't really talk to the national media folks, the guys on ESPN. They usually keep information held tight, and I guess other reporters and other media outlets are saying they don't think it's the Miami Heat or Jimmy Butler's team that is leaking this information. So, who is leaking the information? I have no clue. Who does this benefit? I mean, it could benefit Jimmy Butler, obviously, if he's trying to gain some sort of leverage with the Miami Heat. If hypothetically his team is the one who released this information to reporters, because if he's gonna walk, basically, if they don't provide an extension, then he's trying to get more pressure to Miami to showcase, hey, I will demand a trade essentially if you don't give me this extension, which makes sense. I think I've mentioned in another video that the Heat have two routes. They either extend him or they trade him at this point. I don't think Jimmy is just going to accept and continue to stay on the same path with his current contract, which he has 2 years remaining. Next year he gets around 48 million, and then he has a player option for I think 52 million. So Jimmy, I mean, gains some sort of benefit from this, essentially saying that he'll walk, putting pressure on Miami Heat. But I don't think there is that much pressure on the Miami Heat. I think they are going to essentially extend him. It's only 1 extra year if we think about it. So basically, if he plays out his current contract and opts in, that's 2 years that he has guaranteed. And so by signing this extension next year, he'll still make the 48 million. And then instead of having that second year option where he'll be making 52, they replace that with one of the years in the extension plus another year. So it's 3 years total. And he would be getting 55 and 58 million or so to get to that 113 million 2-year extension. So anyway, that's a big thing. I've already made a video on that with my opinion of whether or not they are going to extend him. I know people have compared this to the Dwayne Wade scenario, which is not even the same. Dwayne Wade won championships. He was drafted by this team. He was on this team for a lot longer. So it's different, but I don't see the Miami Heat not extending Jimmy Butler. You saw what happened with the Miami Heat in the playoffs without Jimmy Butler. Obviously, they were without Rozier, and Duncan basically didn't play due to his back injury. But you saw that without Jimmy Butler, we're not the same team. Like, we go as far as Jimmy takes us, and playoff Jimmy is a thing. So the annoying part about this whole extension talk is that Jimmy Butler has never played, I don't think, more than 65 games with the Miami Heat. So he's basically missed over 20 games or more pretty much every season with the Miami Heat. Doesn't have major injuries, which is frustrating. So it's always minor injuries that always pop up. And we always don't take the, I mean, of course they take the regular season series. Like Spo was asked that, I think, during his exit interview. If they take the regular season series, like, of course we do. Like, they're not going out there trying not to win or playing half-ass. But Jimmy Butler sometimes does. Like, Jimmy Butler has load managed in games where he's like shooting 8 shots or 10 shots total. And in games where we needed him last year to take 15 to 20 shots as our best player and one of our best offensive players. So he has load managed and he has missed a lot of games. He is getting older. It is a lot of money, but I just can't see the Miami Heat not giving him that extension. But either way, there's all this noise. There's noise that Brian Windhorst said that the Philadelphia 76ers are going to monitor the Jimmy Butler situation. And then, of course, after that report came out, now we have Hollinger and all these other ESPN guys, Aldridge, basically coming out saying that there's whisperings that Jimmy Butler and his future at the Miami Heat could be in jeopardy or whatever. So I don't know if I buy into it at this point. I just think the Miami Heat are going to extend this to Jimmy Butler basically early July when he's eligible. I think it's July 7th is the date when he can become eligible for that. So not sure who's doing this. It could be Daryl Morey trying to just rile things up essentially. But someone did leak this information to the reporters. Not sure who it was, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Miami Heat are going to, again, offer the extension to Jimmy Butler, or do you think they're going to let him walk potentially and get traded to another team of his choice? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you.